Hi guys, Autumn here today to do my June wrap-up and July TBR. I read 15 books this month, and I only own 6 physical copies. The rest were Kindle books or library books, so I'm not going to have pictures to actually show you about those books. So the first two I'm going to show you are ones that I started in May and I finished in the month of June, and that the first one is Lady Luck by Kristen Ashley. This is book 3 in the Colorado Mountain Men series. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book, but not as much as I enjoyed the first two. This one is about Lexi, and she has no family. Her parents died in a car crash, I think, and then she went into like a foster home or something, and then her boyfriend was murdered, and then she did stuff for like her boyfriend's boss or whatever, and one of the things she did was to go pick up Ty Walker from jail. Ty was imprisoned for a crime he did not commit for 5 years, and then Lexi picks him up, and they get married, and then they move to Ty's hometown in Colorado, and a lot of stuff happens because this was a big old book. The reason I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars was because I thought some of it, I didn't think it needed to be this big of a book. Thought it could have ended a lot sooner than it did. But it was really enjoyable, and I'm excited to continue on with this series. So yeah. The next one is Pulse by Gail McHugh. This is book 2 in the Clyde series. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. This is a continuation of Clyde. And this picks up right where Clyde finished. I can't go into too much detail of this because it is spoiler. So, but I really enjoyed it, and yeah. Okay. And then the next book I read next few books I read were on my Kindle, and the first one was a review copy from Net Gallery, and that is A Secret to Keep by Raylan Stone. And I gave this 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't really like this book. The main character, Sloane, I just did not like. She was annoying, and yeah, I skimmed through most of this book. Like, I read the first 6 or so chapters, and then I wasn't really liking it, but I wanted to finish, so I just skimmed it. So yeah. This book is about Sloane and Grayson, I think. I don't know. I don't remember the guys. They were engaged, and then Sloane thought he was cheating on her, so she left. She had his son, and it was 3 or 4 years later, she had his son, and then they meet again, and she doesn't tell him right away that she's had his son, and then he finds out, and then big old deal, and that's basically the gist of it, and I just didn't really like it. The next one is Forever His Baby by Ekra Phoenix, and this is book 1 in the Baby Saga series. And I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. This book is about, what is her name? Wow, I'm so sorry. I think her name, you would think I would know these, or at least write it down, but I forget. Her name was, let's see, Sloane and Lily. Her name was Lily, and the guy was named Sloane. And Lily was pregnant with her best friend's Cole's baby, but she didn't want to tell him. So Sloane's older brother decided to say it was his baby, so people would think it was his baby, and that. But Lily's always had a huge crush on Sloane, but she didn't think he liked her, and Sloane always had a huge crush on Lily. And then, so she has Cole's baby, and Lily and Sloane fall in love, and it's just a cute little story. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend it. The next book I read was Crush by Nicole Williams. This is book 3 in the Crush trilogy. I give this 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Can't go into much detail because it is the final book in the series, but it's about Jade and Lucy. So, the next 2 books are also in the Baby Saga series by Erika Phoenix, and the first one being Bye Bye Baby, and I gave that 4 out of 5 stars. And then Be My Baby, which is book 3, I gave that 5 out of 5 stars. So Bye Bye Baby follows Cole and Beth, and Be My Baby follows Jared and Collie. Collie is Cole's and Lily's daughter. They're really good. I really like this series, and I have one more that is out right now. I just have to read. The next one I read is In Your Heart by Macaulay Smoltzer, which I did a book talk for, so I'll link that down below. But this is book 3 in the Willow Creek series. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. The next book I read is Thoughtless by S.C. Stevens. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. It was a little slow for me to get into it. So that's why it's 4 and not a 5. I really enjoyed it. This is probably not for everyone because there is cheating. And I'm not a huge cheater. I don't really like cheating in my stories. But this one, I thought was done in a way that didn't seem too bad or something. Yeah. So, I'm excited to continue on with this trilogy and like spin off from his point of view. So, yeah. And this is about Kiara, and her boyfriend is Denny, and Denny and Kiara are roommates with Kellen Kyle, which is a rock star from the Douchebags, I think is his group's name. And then Kiara and Kellen kind of fall in love and cheat on Denny. but I thought it was good, and I'm excited to continue on with the series. Then the next book I read was Be With Me by Jennifer J.L. and this is by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book 2 in the Wait For You series, and I really enjoyed this one. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I like this one better than the first one, Wait For You. And this is about Teresa, which is Cam's sister, and Jace, which is Cam's best friend. Teresa has had a crush on Jace, for a long time, and a year ago, before this book is set, they kissed, and she's really likes Jace, and then she has an injury that ruins her dancing career, so she has to go to college for her plan B, and she decides to go to the same college as Jace and Cam and Avery, and trying to move on from her life injury, and so I really enjoyed it. This also has a murder in it, so that looks like a suicide, so there may be a trigger there, so yeah, I really enjoyed it. And there's abuse too. So, yeah. The next one I read is Match Play, which is book 1 in the Match series, by Dakota Madison, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. This one was a new adult romance, where you follow, there's 2 people, I forgot their names, sorry, and one of them is in, like, the president of his, like, fraternity. They don't call it a fraternity, but he is, and they have a bet, and going on. The protagonist finds out about the bet, but decides to still see the guy because she feels a strong connection with him, and it's a very cute, easy, quick read. I really enjoyed it. The next one I read is Fighting Temptations by Casey Lynn. This is book 1, and the Man of Honor series. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This follows Julie, I think her name's Julie, and Nada or Jackson. It follows, and they grew up in the same small town, and Julie has been in love with Jax for a very long time, and Jax has like nothing going to keep him in his small town because his father's a drunk and he just wants to leave. So he decides to join the military, Navy, and become a SEAL. And they do. On his graduation day for the SEAL, they have one night, and then they just stop really seeing each other, talking, and then it is 4 years later after that, I think, that he comes back to the town trying to win Julie back. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. The next one is Stay With Me, which is book 3 in the Wait For You series, and this is by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This follows Callie and Jack. This one I didn't really like as much as I liked Be With Me. but it was very good, and I'm excited to continue on with this series. The next one I read is The Gentleman Mentor by Kendall Ryan, and I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This was just a quick, easy read. I really liked it, but be aware this is an adult read, so there is some steamy times. But I really enjoyed it, and yeah. The next book I read is Until July by Aurora Rose Reynolds, and this is book 1 in her Until Her series, which is a spin-off from her Until series. And this follows July, which is November and Asher's daughter, from Until November. This book I really loved. It was a quick and easy read, and it was really enjoyable, and I can't wait to continue on with the series. This video is about 16 minutes, so I'm going to end it and do a different video for my July TBR. So if you've read any of these books and want me to do a review, comment down below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.